Hello, this is DataUp Consulting, and for today's video, I'll be taking a final look at variables in DOMO, specifically looking at the use of fill-in-the-blank variables. To show an example of what I will be doing today, here is the graph that uses a fill-in-the-blank variable. It is called price change, or at this point, industrial price change. We can change that by selecting either total price, so it'll be total price change, commercial price change, residential, and so on, so on. And what this is doing is it's showing the price for the service of this business. So right now for residential, it is $15.15. For total, it is $12.45. So let's say we want to change this now. We can go to this new fill in the blank and be like, oh, we want to raise or lower the price by 50%. So let's put 50 in. It's 50% of what the current price is. So right away we can see the price is lowered to $6.22. And if we want to raise the price by 50%, we can put 150 in, which would be 150% of the current price, which comes out to $18.67. So because of this fill in the blank variable, we can test any minute price change percentage we would like to test. We can put in any number we want. We can put 1,000% in if we wanted to see what the price would be if we raised it by 900%. So now we can look at how these are built out and how these are made and how they are used. So let's go into the card. Let's go into the analyzer. And we can see that I have a variable control in the y-axis. So let's go down to our beast modes and let's find the specific variable that we are using. So right away, price change percentage. It is a number variable value with a default value of 100 or 100%. And then it's a text box input. Get out of here and let's go into the beast mode now to see how this kind of comes together. We use the price select, which is the same thing as our revenue selects in previous videos. It's a way to select the specific kind of columns or categories we want to sort by. So if the price selects equals total price times price change percentage divided by 100. This will give us the total price change or the new total price after the price change goes through. The same thing is shown in commercial price, industrial price, and residential price. Based on what the price select is selected, we will see a new equation where that price specific to that selection will be multiplied by the price change percentage, and we can then find this is how much the price would raise. This is how much the price would go down, based on the different selections we make with the variables. Now, as I just mentioned earlier, this is incredibly helpful for testing multiple kinds of numbered variables. For example, you wouldn't want to have a pill kind of variable where you have to select, 110%, 115%, 120%. We don't want to have all those options. We want to have just one small box where you can type in any kind of change you want. And with this text box or fill in the blank variable, we are able to do that. An infinite number of options are now provided to us without taking up an insane amount of space to make pills for each single option. Now you can use this in many different ways. For example, price changes to salaries, price changes to the price of the service. You could have different you could have goals. For example, you could put a goal price. See, our goal for revenue for this year is 22 million. By putting that in, we could have it update this graph and show a line saying like, our goal was 22 million and we are down 2 million from our goal, or we are up over 2 million from what we wanted to do for this year. So we can have an option to edit in much more indefinite uses, if that makes sense. You don't have to have set selections. You can leave the selection base up to the user of the card instead of putting everything out there yourself and taking the time to think of every option available. Now we just have to make one single variable and one single variable box or control, and now we can test whatever price change we would like. And that goes for any kind of beast mode or variable usage that uses numbers. For the most part, numbers, if you're using numbers, you're going to want to most likely use the text box input for the variable or a fill in the blank variable to give further options and more choices to the user and not limit what they can enter or what they can test. Now, this would be great use for a company if they wanted to try and raise their prices a bit and see what kind of total price change that would bring to the company, how much that would affect different users in different areas of the company or different sectors, for example, industrial, commercial, residential. This allows for increased testing and better thoroughness when looking through these kind of changes and these kind of business questions when they are asked of you. I hope this has been informative. I hope this has helped. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great day.